I just wanted to talk about the fact that it's okay to sit down and miss the person sometimes. I am honestly really sad right now, if you can tell. That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like the hurricane, like it's here again, you know? It's the tsunami is back. Like, it's just so hard, and like I'm frustrated because I, got my whole world got disheveled, and I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I can't imagine, thank you guys for sharing stuff, like stories that you've gotten through this, and it's been however many years, because I could not imagine that.
So, okay, what's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I am back again with another video. So this is going to be the unfortunate reality for a lot of modern women who are easily influenced by what everybody else has going on social media, whether it is graduating from your marriage, whether it is the spark is gone, if he don't do it, somebody else will. Don't let your husband stand in the way of the man who's actually meant for you and who's going to pay all your bills, whether it's sprinkle. This is going to be the unfortunate reality for a lot of women who will take their relationships for granted, their marriages for granted, based off of watching what other people have going on, and, unfortunately walking away from something thinking that the grass is greener or there will always be somebody else, and finding out that that reality is not necessarily the truth. You see here, this woman is having like an emotional meltdown based off of the fact that she filed for divorce. She's no longer married to her spouse, and she feels like he just gets to walk away and live his life, and he's not hurt by it. He's not heartbroken. He's not on social media crying. He's moved on. He seems like he has absolutely no care in the world. And it also goes to show that a lot of these women, they go on social media and they cry wolf, they speak their bluff. They say all these things. Oh, I could do bad all by myself, or I don't need you. You could leave. You don't have to be here. You don't have to stay with me. You don't have to stay in a relationship. I could easily get somebody new. It's over. I'm good. A lot of women say those things prematurely. And then when reality strikes, they then have to go through all of the coping and healing, trying to figure out what their life is now going to become because they broke up something off of an impulse or off of a temporary emotion. Now, I'm not 100% saying that this is exactly what this woman did, because I don't know the actual reason for her divorce. But most women who are happy with the decision that they made, or feel quote unquote good about the decision that they made, are not upset that their ex-husband is not crying for them or begging them back. A lot of women do this, and they use it as a tool to have the man like groveling back for you. Oh, I'm going to say I'm leaving. I'm going to say it's over. I'm going to tell him I'm filing for divorce. And what's going to happen is he's going to want me so bad that he's just going to do anything that I say, and he's going to beg on his knees for me to come back. And when that does not happen, they get the shock of their lives.
I can't imagine being with someone for a really long time and going through this, Sorry if you can hear my cat literally playing in the background. Like, I was only with him for 4.5 years, 1 year married. I could not imagine, though, being with him for longer and this happening, but it's just so sad sometimes, and it's like so hard to have to learn how to do life by yourself again. Like, you don't have that person to call all the time, or that best friend to go do things with. And that's what scares me. I've never truly been alone and worked on myself, and I'm terrified of it.
The thing is that a lot of women that claim that they don't need, I don't need you, it's over. Or a lot of women who cry wolf, a lot of times they don't understand the magnitude or the value that a man brings into their life until they are alone. Then they all of a sudden have an epiphany of how important a man is, how vital it is to have a man around, how much they provide, the stability that they provide, that sense of peace and safety that just comes with having a man accompany you in your home. Like all of a sudden, all of the things that the man was requesting that the woman can be, understanding about, all of a sudden she has an epiphany and she just gets it. And that's very unfortunate because, going through the relationship ending, it is difficult. Walking away from somebody that you've been with for a long time, it is going to be hard. It is going to cause a lot of emotional turmoil. But a lot of women cause this based off of their, again, purposeful lack of understanding, purposely wanting it to be their way of the highway, emotional instability, emotional immaturity, disrespect. A lot of women cause things to happen, and then it always turns around that they'll initiate it. They'll talk about they're so good, they're fine, they'll do all these things. And in the long run, immediately it will seem like the woman is okay and the man is the one who's suffering, but that thing is going to turn around. Then all of a sudden, when he's fine, he's come to grips with the entire situation, all of a sudden you'll see these women have these, meltdowns or breakdowns after the situation because, again, they did not, strongly or thoroughly think that situation through.
Not me crying on the internet more, but I just want to share all of it, the good and the bad, so that I have this to look on a year from now and know that I did heal, but also to help anybody else who's going through heartbreak. Like, heartbreak sucks. It sucks so bad. You physically feel the pain, emotionally, mentally, everything. And again, I had 2 really, really good days. Did not cry at all those 2 days. And then, as soon as I'm by myself or as soon as, I do something or something triggers me, it just all comes flooding back. And it's just a lot. Grief sucks. This whole thing sucks so bad. And I'm literally praying and thinking about anybody else going through a divorce.
So I also, when it comes to people who walk away, this is also, me having this conversation because I think a lot of women who say, oh, you don't support women and all you do is, hold us accountable. All you do is talk about the bad things that we do. Yes, because this is my form instead of, people who are saying, oh, this just sucks. It's so terrible. And I'm having this conversation so that we can be here for each other with what we're going through. I'm talking about preventative measures. Right? The whole purpose of me having these conversations is so that if you are one of the women who are tripping, you can untrip. Okay? And in untripping, you can save your relationship. You can maintain your relationship because it will cause you to look into yourself and look deep into the things that you could be doing to add to the demise of your relationship. Now, does every relationship ultimately work out? No. Are there situations that the woman is obviously not at fault for the demise of the relationship? Absolutely. However, I am strongly talking to the women who do have something to do with it. Most of the women who have something to do with it are the ones who are strongly and emotionally affected after the demise of the relationship. It does not mean that if a man does something that a woman won't be emotional because, her safety or her reality was ripped from under her, of course. But when women are the ones who do the stuff that is wrong, they are the ones who feel it the most because although they go to their friends, the homegirls, their family members and tell them that it was all the man's fault, they are the ones who know deep down inside that they are the person who ran him away. Again, whether it is through forms of disrespect, whether it's disregarding, having to have the last word, having to, quote unquote, be the boss and check him, mothering him, smothering, whatever the situation is, there are a lot of times that women are the ones who are the problem at play in the relationship. And, if you don't want this to be you, it is important that you self-check, self-reflect. You know, whenever you guys have disagreements, humble yourself and actually listen to the things that your spouse is communicating to you, because a lot of times, oftentimes, men are very good at communicating exactly what the problem is in the relationship. They have no problem telling you what's going on or what's going wrong. If you ask your spouse, you know, hey, I just want to do a check-in. Can you tell me anything that I can work on to make this relationship better? He will give you all of the information that you desire and require. However, on your end, you have to be willing to be humble enough to receive the critique and receive the information, knowing that the two of you are on the same team fighting for the same mission. There's so many conversations of, you know, people who are telling you that they are clearly unhappy with the decisions that they made to walk away from their marriages. However, there's always this weird conversation of, oh, you know, most of the women that are married are the most miserable and this and that. There's all those kind of conversations, but why are these women so broken up about it? There's obviously a reason. There's obviously something that men provide that they're not speaking into, because, again, now that they don't have the cookie cutter lifestyle that they thought they would, they need company in their misery. So they just join the sisterhood, join the feminist topics, join the conversations of being the queen and the this and the that, and they're still suffering. They're just hiding behind the wall of what everybody would appear or think to be, happiness. Which isn't true. We heard this woman say that, you know, she's just so upset that he just moved on with his life and he just don't care. It's because she wants him to react in that way. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.